Hello, in this video I will be showing you how to replace the home button in iPhone 3G and 3GSs. It's the same principle for both the phones because they both have the same home button. Okay, so to start off with, you may want to turn off your phone. Just power it off and wait for it to do its thing. Second step is to remove the two screws at the bottom, there and there. This phone's a bit faulty, so it might just turn on again, but for the moment we'll just not care about that. So just unscrew these two screws. The second thing you'll need to do is to pry open the screen with a suction cup. So just place it on. Ideally it should have a key ring in, so it makes it easier to grip. Just hold the phone from the bezel and just lift up the screen from the bottom. Once it's lifted, do not pull it off all the way, just bring it up slightly, and then with a flathead screwdriver lift up the ribbon connector number 1 followed by the connector number 2, and then I don't know if you can see or not, there's this little white FPC connector there. So what you need to do here is, let's just show you, focus. There's that white connector there. What you need to do is just lift a little black prong on it, this bit there. As you lift that up, the cable will pop out, and just leave the body of the phone to one side and remove the suction cup now. Oops, I'm in a bit of trouble with that. And just turn your screen upside down, and firstly you need to remove this screw there. Now all these screws are the same size, so essentially it shouldn't really matter. There's one, then there's two on this side here. Now I forgot to mention this at the start, but all these screws will be Phillips. There's no flathead screws at all in the iPhone 3G or 3GS. Sometimes it may be covered by a strip of tape. Just remove the piece of tape with a flathead screwdriver or either a blade. I'm going to try it with the flathead. Yeah, we got it. And under here you shall see one screw there and one screw there, as well as one further up here. Right, now as you can see, the home button on here is meant to have two of these prongs, but this one here only has one. There. This one only has the one. It's meant to have a secondary one right there, but that must have fallen off due to some falls or during a dodgy screen replacement, or either way. Now second step is to remove the LCD from the touchscreen. So all we're going to do here is, you see the little flaps, just pushing one of the flaps slightly, and then lift up this little metal excess of metal from here with a flathead screwdriver. Just lift it up slowly, don't push so hard. Once you've done that, try and get your finger under it and pop it out and slide it out. If you are having trouble to remove it, just try lifting up this connector a bit and it should pop straight out. Oops. Sorry about that, my stand's not very good. Then the third step is to remove the touchscreen from the bezel itself, the mid-frame. So for that we should use a plastic prying tool. Under no circumstances should you use a metal prying tool. That will scratch the paint underneath and you shall have gaps all the way in there. So start off with doing it at the side, so just there. You'll need to get a little gap. This one's a bit stubborn. Normally it should come off, but who knows where this phone has been, so if that don't work you can also try it under here. Just slide it so you can get the rubber lid away from the touchscreen. Use the prying tool, slide it under like so. Don't take it all the way across, just to about there, and don't take it all the way across towards the home button either, as it could damage it. And just take it out, insert it further along. Now you've got to be careful because you hear these sounds and it sounds like the screen is cracking. It is not the screen, in fact it is the adhesive underneath it. So as you can see, I have already pried this little bit open. Now you don't have to use the tool so much, you can just pull it apart. Not all the way down though, just to right here. Then once you've done that, just pick up the tool again and go further along up. As you do this bit, be pretty careful, as when you're doing it from here you can go into the cable and cut off the touchscreen cable. Slide it across quite gently without letting it go all the way down there. Just keep it towards the top. Yeah. Then with a bit of force just remove it. So now we have separated the mid-frame from the touchscreen. Just put that to a side there. Now here is the home button itself. I don't know if my camera will focus or not, it's not that good. There you go. Now we'll just need to remove it. So all we do from here is remove the adhesive. So with a flathead screwdriver, just lift open the bottom of the prong section and flip it over. Just gently line up the back of this with the front of the button and just pull it through slowly. Sometimes the prongs can be caught, in which case you can push it back and grab the prongs. It's a bit awkward here, let me just grab my fingers. And now you've got the old faulty home button out, you can insert the new one. Now some of your home buttons may look like this, in which case you shall need to remove the button off here. So just for that, just pull it apart like so, and we will usually have some adhesive on this side, so just take off the adhesive and then line it up with the just line it up with where the old one used to be, so like that, and then we have to reinsert it. So to start off with, gently just put it through from the side, line up that button there, and then you will usually find some adhesive under here, which you can either take off before, but I find it easy to take off after. So once you've done that, then just with a blade of some kind, or just with your fingers if you can, you will usually have a little tab here. Just remove it like so. I haven't got one here, I'm just showing this bit for demonstration purposes. Just flick that off, and then you should also have some tape here. I do not have the tab on here, so I'm just going to use some double-sided tape. Now, rather than sticking the tape onto the plastic itself, it's much easier to stick it just onto the bit of flex. The flex term is referred to the cable. Oops, lost that part. Let's try again. Just press it down a bit. But if you're using new buttons, it should have the adhesive on, so all you have to do is just remove it like this when I get it off. Just flatten it down a bit and ensure the button is lined up on this side, and then press it down, press it back down so that stays in place. Then the home button won't stay in place because it's meant to, it'll pop up a bit because it's meant to have some space to move. Then second of all, you should already have the adhesive here or either on this side. I'm not going to bother putting any more on because it's strong enough, but if you're replacing a touchscreen too, then just remove the adhesive and place it on like this. Just push it down firmly as you're doing so. Push it all the way along. When you get to here, press here, and then this side, the bottom, the top, go around this bit here, so you don't want to risk damaging it. Now once you've done this, it would be advisable to clean the inside of the screen, just so we can prevent any dust and specks here and there. Just give that a nice little clean down. Be careful when going under there. Under the this bit here is called the proximity sensor. Be careful when you're cleaning the screen underneath it, as it can come detached, and that will result in your speaker not working. So just firmly press that down just when you're done. Clean it, and just turn this upside down so dust can't go inside it again, and just give your LCD a nice little clean to quickly clean. Turn them both upside down, as fast as you can. Lift up the bit of metal for the proximity sensor, slide this down, ensure it's within the metal frame here, and on this side. If not, just pull it apart a bit like so, and as you see, it sits back into place. Now then, we'll put the screws back in. We'll start with the one at the top. Right there. Sorry about the phone. The camera keeps shaking. It's my stand's a bit of a cheap one. Just put all the screws in. They're all the same size, so it shouldn't really matter which order they go in. I usually have a much more steady hand. It's my first time doing a video, so you have to bear with. I can only hope my future videos are much better. So again, just put the one in at the top. And as you screw this in, you'll find these two plates are combining. Now there's no need to put the tape back over these two screws. That was just there as a manufacturer's piece, so we don't need to put that back on. So there we have it. Now this is pretty much all done, apart from all these fingerprints on the outside. Now I'll come back to cleaning that later. So what you need to do now is insert this number 3 connector, the flex in first. So what you're going to do is make sure the tab is lifted open. So that's it closed and that's it lifted. I'm just going to feed the back of the cable through. Just sort of get a feel for it. And just like wriggle it in. It'll only go in partially, it won't go all the way in. At which point close the tab. That's the number 3 done. And then put in the number 2 connector. The number 2 is for the touchscreen, 3 is for the proximity sensor and speaker. The speaker for phone calls. And number 1 is the LCD connector. So like so, just press these both in firmly. And then gently lay it down so the cables don't come back out, and just pushing slightly at the top, let it sit in like that. Now I won't bother so much with them 2 screws at the bottom just yet, but as you can see, my phone's a bit faulty and it turns on again when you try to turn it off, but I'll fix that in another video. So as you can see now, the home button is in fact working. So there you go, there you have it. Now it's the same procedure for iPhone 3G and 3GS as I said before, and these buttons can just be purchased off eBay. They will just be usually referred to as home button, and they're only like £1 or so there, it's not too expensive. So there you have it then, fully working.